It's the longest running observance of Flag Day in Australia. We started celebrating in King George Square in 1988, and the City Council took over sponsorship and staging the event, and congratulations to the wonderful team at City Hall who do such a great job. It's just gone from strength to strength, and as volunteers we love that we can be part of such a wonderful event hosted by our city.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to King George Square to celebrate the 123rd birthday of the Australian national flag.
What a wonderful day for a birthday. Mr. Alan Pidgeon AM, President of the Australian National Flag Association, members of the Australian National Flag Association, Lord Mayor's Charitable Trust ambassadors, members of the Lord Mayor's Youth Advisory Council, Australian Defence Force personnel who are with us, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the use of flags goes back thousands of years, and when flags first started being used, they were usually for some kind of military purpose or to symbolise a particular leader. And then they've progressively evolved over time, and they've become critical and important national symbols. The world's oldest continuously used national flag is actually Denmark's national flag, and that flag dates back to at least 1625. And so next year Denmark will celebrate the 400th anniversary of their national flag. The next oldest flag is the Netherlands flag, the flag of the Netherlands there, more than 360 years of age. But most national flags are much younger than that. Most national flags are 100 years or less. And today we celebrate the 123rd birthday of the Australian national flag. Now, every year, at certain times of the year, a debate rages about the flag, whether we like the flag, whether we should change the flag, and whether in a changing Australia we should change our flag. As part of being in a democracy, we all have opinions, and those opinions change over time. But just last year, a poll was taken by Morgan Research, and it showed that support for the Australian flag in the community was 69%, with 5% undecided, leaving 26% of people wanting to change the flag. But one of the interesting things in that survey was that they also surveyed young people, and they surveyed people in the age group of 14 to 17, and we have some of those people here today with us from the Lord Mayor's Youth Advisory Council. And interestingly, amongst that group of people, support for the Australian flag was 80%, with 7% undecided and only 13% in favour of changing the flag. And so, as communities change, as our nation changes, this debate will always be had. I had no doubt it will be an ongoing thing, and it's had in many countries around the world. It's inevitably one of those debates where we forget something really important about our system of government. We live in a democracy, and everyone is entitled to their opinion, everyone is entitled to express their opinion, but the fundamental premise of democracy is that majority rules. And that means people get elected with 50% of the vote plus one. And that means decisions are made in parliaments and councils with 50% of the vote plus one. And I don't see a time anytime soon when the support for changing the flag will be an extent that it will be a majority. But we will keep having this debate, and I can tell you personally, I'll always be on the side of the Australian flag. I joined as a teenager the Australian National Flag Association, something I've always felt personally very strongly about. Recently, Alan and his team have given me an honorary life membership of the Flag Association, and it is something that I'm incredibly proud of. Because for me, I see the Australian flag as something that unites us. And yes, there's certain times of year where we have these debates, but just recently we watched the Paris Olympics, and right now we're watching the Paris Paralympics. And what symbol are people waving? They're waving the Australian flag. They are united behind that flag because they feel part of it. We feel part of it. It's something that makes us proud and something that unites us. Now, it's not possible for any national flag to fully encompass every aspect of a community. It's a simplified symbol in many ways, and so nations are complex, made up of many different groups of people, many different aspects, and a flag can never symbolize every single thing about a nation, but it still can be a unifying feature. And to me, our flag talks about where we've come, who we are, and where we're going. To have the Federation Star, it talks about the way our democratic system of government is set up with the states and territories. It talks about our position in the world under the Southern Cross. But also the feature of the stars to me is always an aspirational thing. It's a sign that Australians are looking up and we're looking towards the future. And so as our country continues to change and as we continue to become more and more multicultural each year, I can say I'm in a unique position to see all of the newest members of our community each month. Each month in City Hall behind us we have citizenship ceremonies where usually more than 500 people at a time become Australian citizens. These are the newest citizens that are members of the Australian community. They've come from every corner of the world, they've come from every background, so many different cultures. And what flag are they waving? They're waving the Australian flag, and they're proud to wave that flag because they feel part of it too. And so my wish today is for us all to feel united under this flag, for us all to dedicate ourselves to supporting the flag and promoting that unity that national symbols like our flag can bring. And obviously, on a personal note, to all rededicate our efforts to ensure that the flag continues on even as Australia changes. And so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the 123rd birthday of the Australian national flag. It is also the first flag in national history that was chosen by the people of that nation. It was chosen in a public competition. That's something that's been replicated since in many different areas, but we were the first nation on earth where a flag was not chosen by a leader, but chosen by the people. And that's one of the wonderful and great things about it. Ladies and gentlemen, happy birthday to the Australian national flag. Thank you for joining us and thank you for celebrating this important milestone.